This week on The Watchman, we're in Jerusalem to see how one hospital's unique programs are breaking new ground in rehabilitation and helping Israel fulfill its biblical destiny as a light unto the nations.
Medicine and therapies and all that we do here is about one thing: sending these kids back home to be part of their families.
Bringing Arabs and Jews together and touching children's lives. The story of Alyn Hospital will touch your heart. It's The Watchman. It's Christians United for Israel only on TBN. Welcome to The Watchman. We're coming to you from Jerusalem and a very special place in this very special city, Alyn Hospital. Now, this is a premier rehabilitation center for physically challenged and disabled young people, kids, young adults, adolescents. Groundbreaking work going on here at Alyn Hospital. We're going to show you today here on The Watchman. And one of the things we like to do here at Christians United for Israel is show you how Israel is a light unto the nations. We want to bring you the encouraging stories, the way God is moving, the great things that are happening in this land. And folks, I can't think of a better place to show you than here at Alyn Hospital. Not only, as you'll see today, the groundbreaking rehabilitation work doing with these precious little ones, but also the way Arabs, Jews, and yes, Christians are all working together in this beautiful place and doing a great thing. So come with us today from Jerusalem, Alyn Hospital, and see what is happening in this very special place.
So, creating health is not only about, medicine. It's always also about where you are. And here in Jerusalem, overlooking the beautiful Judean hills, this is the village of Ein Karem. Now you can see the multitude of churches. You can see the Catholic ones, the Russian Orthodox one. You can see a monastery. We know that there are so many people who consider this place something special. But I grew up in Jerusalem. For me, living together with all the religions in one place with people from all over the world, that's natural. And this acceptance of people coming from all over, I think it translates also into this building. Because we accept people that are different and come from different places, speak different languages, and they also look different. They wear different.
You treat everyone regardless of ethnicity, religion.
Everybody. We get everybody. We do not ask them where they're from unless it's in a conversation about their lives.
Sure.
But we take very good care of understanding where they come from, because we know that at the end of their visit at Alyn, at the end of the treatment, they go back home. They don't stay in the sterile environment of a hospital. They have to live in their communities. And there's no point in trying to teach them to be my children. My children have their own life, but these children, they all go back to their own families. So we need to be very exact as to what we teach them, because rehabilitation, it comes from habitation, it's from living at home. That's what we're looking at, their communities, where they belong. And medicine and therapies and all that we do here is about one thing: sending these kids back home to be part of their families. This is child-friendly, but it's also serious. You can see the serious equipment. This is not about playing around. The children who come here, either inpatients or outpatients in the afternoon, they work hard here. But they work hard and then they'll go outside and they'll keep working when they go to the regular gym in the regular neighborhood, which is the whole point of it.
So this instills passion for them in physical fitness and being active, and they want to keep it going. So these kids here at Alyn, they have the message every day: you're just like any other kid.
And also,
and you can be anything you want to be and do anything you want to do.
And you're not going to get excused. You're not going to get to stay put and not work hard because poor you, you're in a way. Oh no, you're going to work harder because we expect more of you. Because we believe that challenges are opportunities. We'll set the environment and we'll teach you how to do it, but we expect you to work hard. But for a child, you have to find the motivation.
You must challenge the parents a little bit too.
Oh, that's the whole thing. The key issue is getting the parents to understand
To
that
buy
what we're
in.
doing, exactly, so that they will understand that what we're doing is not nice to have. It's essential for them to raise a child with special needs. Hey, look who's coming.
Yeah, yeah. Shalom.
Abud.
Abud. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey,
How you
חביבי.
doing? You like it here, don't you? This is a great place.
אומרים לך שזה מקום טוב? שואלים אותך מקום טוב?
Yeah. How old are you?
בן כמה אתה?
6. Wow, you're a big guy.
At the age of 8 months, Aboud was infected by a deadly bacteria, which was a life-threatening disease case. A doctor told me he's gonna pass away. He's not gonna survive this disease, but he was fighting with no mercy with life. He wanted to stay alive, so he survived. After 8 months, he was hospitalized for 8 months. He lost his 4 limbs. It was a very harsh environment, and after he was out of the hospital, we were thinking where to place him. Alyn was the very good and ideal location for him. He was treated in this hospital for his daily needs, where we equipped him here with the prothesa, we equipped him with the wheelchair, with everything he needs to improve his life, his daily life, to cope with his situation. And in parallel to that, which was very helpful for him and us, he was integrated into the system, integrated into reading, writing, school induction. He was ready step by step to fly and to go with like any normal regular kid in living with 4 limbs.
Wow, amazing. And right away you saw the difference. I mean, you saw the progress he was making, not only physically, but in his attitude and...
Yes, we have received huge support from Alyn all over the last few years. We spent here 4 or 5 years in the hospital here. It's a huge support. It's a big family full of love. Everybody is supporting everybody. You come into the door, everybody is smiling, everybody is welcoming you, everybody is waiting for you. You feel the love and all over this place. And this is why we felt so loyal to this place, and we encouraged Aboud as parents to take part of any activities which might support this hospital, to give better and international standard treatment for kids in need. Certainly, it's not easy. It's very, very hard experience. But with the spirit of Aboud, with the support of Alyn, with the love we see around us, we managed to go through a long way through, until Aboud 2 months ago is moved from a school, from a special needs class into a normal class. First of all, I see Aboud as a gift. I see that God has gifted us with him. It's not a load on our shoulders, but a gift. This is how I see him first. And this is how the spirit we have at home. Second, I see no limits for Aboud. I see him, I think with his message of love, he will change so many things in Israel and across the globe. In a discussion between him and his mother, because we are in the stage of telling him what happened to him, why he's different, why he's looking different, why everybody is looking at him in the roads, and why he's different. And we told him, my wife was telling him, that I wish I can give you my limbs. I wish the doctor can take them and give them to you. And he was looking at her in a weird look and say, no, I don't want this. I'm so happy with myself as I am. And I want your limbs to stay your limbs, to stay for yourself. This holds two messages. This holds the satisfaction message with himself. The second thing is that he's full of love. He doesn't want to hurt anybody around him. So this is this is how Aboud, this is how he's giving love and attention to everybody.
I think that what is really unique about Alyn is that we have achieved a critical mass of creative thinking. Our approach is creative. In other words, we don't see any problem as being insurmountable, and the therapists will tackle any problem and try to come up with a new solution, whatever the child might need. So we do things which won't be done in other places, such as, for example, putting a child who's on a ventilator in a swimming pool for hydrotherapy, because we see that as being important for them just in terms of the experience of life, and a statement to them and to their family that you can do a lot if you prepare and if you want to do it. There aren't borders that have to limit you. You can achieve what you want to achieve if we as society help you to do it and you've got the motivation to try.
About a year ago, Ariel started complaining of pain in his right leg. And it was never in the same place, but it was always the right side. So we went to our pediatrician, who sent us for blood tests and x-rays, and then on to an orthopedist who diagnosed him within 30 seconds with Perthes disease. Now, we had never heard of Perthes disease, as did most people, because it's very, very rare. Basically, the blood stopped flowing to his right hip for no apparent reason that the doctors know, and the bone died. So in essence, he basically doesn't have the femur, the head of the bone. It kind of got reabsorbed into the body, and thank God it will grow back, but it could take about 3 years. So in the interim, he's not allowed to put any pressure on the right side. So he's not allowed to even stand, let alone walk or run, whatever a 4-year-old would do. So we were told that it's serious and he's going to need intense therapy. So we tried to find a therapist on our own, and we're not successful. So in December, we went back to the orthopedist, and he told us to come to Alyn. He said, Alyn has all the therapists you would need, the hydrotherapy, physical therapy, they know what they're doing, go there. And it was amazing. And the therapists are very knowledgeable here, and the people have been friendly. It's so kid-friendly, and it's like a happy place. The first friend that Ariel made here at Alyn when we were hospitalized was a little Arab boy named Nadim. And Nadim did not speak a word of English or Hebrew, and neither did his mom, and yet they were playing together the whole time, giving each other snacks and toys, and his mom and I would just smile at each other and walk together, and she would say something to me in Arabic. I have no idea what it was, but we would laugh, and you know, it was a connection over our children. And that's when I started noticing, you know, all the other like Arab and Jewish relationships, and how, you know, therapists don't distinguish. The Jewish ones speak Arabic, and you know, the Arabic ones speak Hebrew, and everybody's just here to help the kids, and you can connect on very many different levels. I actually just met a woman this week from Saudi Arabia here who was so happy to hear somebody else speaking English because she doesn't speak Hebrew. So it's interesting how people come here from all walks of life, and you're just here for one reason, and it's amazing.
And welcome back to The Watchman from Jerusalem's Alyn Hospital, where we met with a mother and daughter who survived a terrorist bombing and are on the road to recovery.
We were on our way to the market. I was sitting in the front of the bus, and my daughter was sitting behind me. And then the terrorist blew himself up, and everything went black. We felt the force just flew everything out of our hands, and that's the first thing that we remember. And I looked back and saw Eden just standing there. I couldn't leave the bus because the body of the terrorist was in flames between us, separating us. So I climbed over his burning body and pulled Eden out of the bus. Eden didn't feel a thing. She wasn't aware that she was burning. She was in shock. Only afterwards, when she was outside of the bus, did she understand that she was burned.
I was talking to a friend on the phone. I told my friend I would get back to her. I wanted to put on a song and was just about to push play when the phone suddenly disappeared from my hand. I didn't understand what was happening, so I closed my eyes. When I opened them, everything was black. There was a bunch of people, and I didn't understand what was happening. But I saw that everyone was leaving the bus, so I said, okay, I need to leave the bus. But I couldn't, because there was this guy burning just in front of me. And I didn't want to go over him because I was afraid I was going to catch on fire. I didn't realize I was already on fire. Then my mom pulled me out, and as I left the bus, I started feeling the burning. And then I couldn't see anymore, and I don't remember anything from that moment on. Along with the burns, I also had shrapnel in my eye that they took out in intensive care.
When she first came into Alyn, she was in deep distress, and she was very worried about getting out of bed and how she was going to do it. And the doctors told us that they would take care of lifting her out of bed first and only gradually. We also had the right medicine, and she started moving, and that really helped her. I didn't know about Alyn before that, and now I see what rehabilitation is and why this works so well.
When I came here, I was in a very bad situation. I couldn't walk, I couldn't use my hands, I couldn't get out of bed to go to the bathroom. I was in a wheelchair. The first thing they did was buy me a walker and all kinds of stuff to help me. And now I can't believe where I am. For the first couple of days that I was here, I couldn't stop crying. I was so scared. I was told that I was going to have to do therapies, and I was afraid it was going to hurt. But then I started working, and I saw that it is playing games, and that it's fun, and that it's not that bad, and that I can advance. And so it made me want to do things because there was fun and games.
With God's help, little by little, it's going to get better.
I'm thinking about being an accountant. I thought about studying to be a doctor, but the thing with the wrenches and the needles kind of scares me.
And welcome back to The Watchman, only right here on TBN. We're coming to you from a very special place, Alyn Hospital in Jerusalem. And folks, if I've had a smile on my face this entire episode, it's no coincidence. I have been touched to my soul by the great work they're doing here at Alyn Hospital. You know, it makes me think of the words of Jesus in the book of Matthew. Let the little children come to me. Do not hinder them, for such is the kingdom of God. Well, I think we saw the face of God in the little smiling faces here at Alyn Hospital today. I encourage you to check out all the groundbreaking work they're doing. You see their information there on your screen. Check them out at Alyn Hospital. This is just one more example, folks, of how Israel is fulfilling its biblical mandate as a light unto the nations, an example to the world. You know, Jesus says in the book of Matthew, whatever you have done for the least of my brothers, so you have done for me. You've seen the least of these today, kids who are disabled, who have problems, but wow, look at how they're being lifted up, given optimism and hope. It is a beautiful thing. So join our team here at Christians United for Israel. Join the movement so we can continue to bring you encouraging, uplifting stories about how God, the God of Israel, is moving right here in this land. Thanks for joining us this week on The Watchman from Alyn Hospital in Jerusalem. Until next time, God bless you. And remember, never hold your peace.